Good morning. Welcome everyone to this year's PM Springfest. My name is Olsi Hoxha, and today I have an interesting topic to talk to you about, and it's about improving your bottom line as a building operator, as a building manager or a property manager. I'm going to talk to you about how Enbridge incentive programs can help you reduce your utility costs, especially your gas consumption. So just an overview of the topics that I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about Enbridge's demand side management program and why it exists. Sustainability in our communities and Enbridge as a leader in sustainability. About our energy conservation services. Our prescriptive incentive programs and the measures that are eligible under the prescriptive incentive program. Our operational improvement programs. And I'm going to be talking about our commercial custom program, and I'm also going to be presenting a case study that I've done with one of our hotel customers. And then last but not least, our new energy assessment platform. So that's a very interesting platform as well. So to start things off, why do Enbridge DSM programs exist? So the demand side management is actually mandated by the Ontario Energy Board. The OEB is committed to ensuring that natural gas customers have access to useful and appropriate programs to conserve energy, and also programs that benefit the natural gas system. So they play a big part in the evaluation process, and as well as the evaluation of the results. So any energy savings that Enbridge presents and needs to prescribe incentives or rebates, the OEB will review those results. So essentially, as I mentioned, the programs are really to help our customers use natural gas, use it as efficiently as possible in three distinct sectors, and that is residential, commercial, and industrial. So the question that I always get is, what kind of business actively tries to get customers to use less of their product, so use less natural gas? And my answer to them is really a company that understands the importance of energy efficiency. And again, part of the reason is we are mandated by the OEB to do so. And another part is that Enbridge has now essentially become a monopoly in southwestern Ontario, also amalgamating with Union Gas. So we have to give back to our customers because it is a regulated industry. So just some facts about why we're a leader in sustainability. So Enbridge has helped customers save $2.67 for each dollar spent on natural gas conservation. Between 1995 and 2015, our conservation program saved 19 million tons of CO2 emissions, which is equal to heating 4 million homes for a year. And another fact is we're proud to be named the Global 100 Most Sustainable Corporations, and that's been for the last 9 straight years. And we've been ranked 12 in 2018. So again, as you can see, for Enbridge, corporate social responsibility is a key component in our long-term strategic plan. And really we want to be in line with with federal jurisdictions about reducing GHG emissions. So we need to be on the forefront of this initiative. So I'm going to talk to you about really what we do to help our customers. So my commitment to the customers who utilize natural gas. So our expertise and support are free of charge, and essentially the way it works is we'll look at your historical gas consumption and your bill analysis on an annual basis, and we will do a preliminary assessment of your HVAC equipment and controls operating in your building. So it's typically a level 2 audit. We'll do a walkthrough. We'll see what equipment are utilizing natural gas, so that we have really a comprehensive understanding of how you're using your natural gas. And then through that site visit, we are at the same time identifying opportunities for incentives. So if there is equipment that are well beyond their effective life, then we will make sure to jot those down, or at least recommend any energy efficient measures that would essentially we would be able to incentivize. So part of that analysis is we do a comprehensive quantitative and economic analysis. So I myself will try to find cost-effective solutions to maximize your energy savings with a minimum of your investment. So basically a cost-benefit analysis. If it's not getting you the most dollars in savings or in incentives, then I will likely look to other solutions that will do so. And then after that, we would essentially advise on programs and incentives that are best suited for your capital and operational improvements. Last but not least, and this is what really gets some customers excited, is say a hotel or a building operator is looking to do some retrofit, but they're not really sure who the best contractors are in the industry and would like to get the bidding process going. So we will connect you with independent equipment suppliers, contractors, and other CDM contacts from other LDCs and utilities, and we will do that free of charge. So one thing that I just wanted to add as part of the historical consumption profile, the way we do that is we will see we will look at what your seasonal and non-seasonal consumption is, and that way we'll be able to identify, okay, how much gas are you consuming for your heating systems and your domestic hot water, your kitchen, and really any other gas consumption. So as I mentioned, one of the programs that we offer is the prescriptive incentive programs. So these are fixed rebates. So if a building operator is only looking to do, say, a boiler replacement that's like for like, going from a lower efficient to a higher efficient, they're not looking to do any controls improvements such as sequencing or staging boilers. So if simply they just want to do a like-for-like replacement, we have fixed rebates. So basically they range anywhere from, say for a boiler, from $600 to $2,500 for a boiler replacement, depending on the size. So we have 20 different technologies that are supported under this prescriptive incentive program. And again, as I mentioned, it works like a coupon, essentially a fixed rebate, and that's provided upon purchase. So essentially, once the building operator provides proof that they have purchased the boiler or that they're going ahead with the installment, then we would essentially fill out an application and provide you with that incentive. Also, an interesting thing to note is that contractors and distributors, they can receive rebates as well, ranging anywhere from $50 to $100 per project. So that's just something additional that just will motivate contractors to contact us about potential projects that they would be doing with contractors or with customers. So I'm just going to show you the list of the supported prescriptive measures. So as you can see, for space heating, the condensing and high efficiency boiler measure is a very lucrative one. Condensing makeup air units, you do see that there's demand control ventilation. Typically, if a customer is installing CO2 monitoring and wants to install a DCV system, then there's prescriptive incentives for that. ERV and HRV systems, as you see highlighted as well. Any water heating measures, such as condensing storage water heaters, tankless water heaters, and ozone laundry system. And last but not least, for food services, one that's a very lucrative incentive that we have running right now is the demand control kitchen ventilation for your kitchen and restaurants. And then also, as you see, there are some incentives for your kitchen appliances as well. Moving on to our operational improvement program. Essentially, the way this works is, say the customer is not ready to initiate a capital project and really would like to understand how they can participate in a low-cost, no-cost program where they can identify operational improvements, and this program is well suited for that. And the way that this program works is we would connect you with a contractor or one of our business partners. Sometimes even if you already have a contractor that's maintaining your facility, and if they do have a division that they can do an investigation on potential operational improvements, then that's the business partner that we would proceed with. So essentially they'll do a full audit, a comprehensive audit of the facility, identify any measures that are not capital intensive essentially, so any repairs, any optimization of your controls. If you have a BAS that's been collecting dust for the last few years, this is a perfect program that they can participate in. And essentially the incentive that's associated with this program is the contractor or the business partner that's conducting the audit will receive $1,000 for completing the investigation, and the customer can receive up to $8,000 for really any measures that are implemented by the contractor. And also the asterisk here is that the contractor will only receive the $1,000 for the investigation only if the customer decides to move forward with the operational improvements. So if they don't move forward with it, then they wouldn't receive that $1,000 investigation. So as I mentioned here, this is what our Run It Right program looks like. So as I mentioned, $1,000 towards the facility investigation, and then up to $8,000 towards implementation on recommended efficiency measures. Also, another thing to highlight is the extra $250 efficiency partner incentive for that the business partner would get for each customer who completes all three steps of the program. Now, I'm going to move forward to really this is the bread and butter, especially for the sectors that I manage. I manage the long-term care as well as hotel sector. And the custom incentive program is really beneficial for programs that really achieve huge natural gas savings. And currently, we are running a double incentive for this program. So any customer who participates in this program has the opportunity to receive double the incentive. So the way this works is the incentives are available for energy efficiency projects that yield the maximum natural gas savings. So really, the higher your natural gas savings is, the more money that the customer would be able to receive. And this custom program, it will cover up to 50% of the project cost to a maximum of $100,000 per project. So I've done a couple projects that have been in the $500,000 range. So these were really large scale, and customers that did take advantage of this did achieve that 100K milestone. And I will be talking to you a little bit more about that later. So again, this really works very similar to the prescriptive measure. The incentives are paid to the customers upon proof of purchase and installation. So once we've confirmed that the installation has been made, then we would issue the check. And as I mentioned earlier, so this is our double incentive campaign that we're running through June the 30th. So say a hotel facility is doing some retrofits on their boiler systems, and typically they would be eligible for $50,000. And this program would essentially bump up that $50,000 incentive to $100,000. And this is just to motivate some of our customers to move forward with some of their projects sooner than later, just because we can only offer this once a year. Sometimes it just really depends on the programs, but the June 30th deadline is essentially we would need to receive an agreement that they are proceeding, that they're moving forward with the project, but not necessarily implementation. So they would have until the end of the year to install and complete their project, and then they would be receiving that double incentive. So here's an interesting case study that I would like to present to you today, and we have also one of the building owners here today. So this was one of the probably my most successful project to date, and it was a high-rise hotel. Building was built in 1983, and a lot of the HVAC equipment that were essentially supplying the facility were originally installed, so their original make in 1983. So a lot of the equipment were well beyond their effective life. This pretty big high-rise hotel with 584 guest rooms, and you can see some of the annual utility consumption, especially the gas and electricity, so close to 1.3 million cubes annually, and then electricity over close to 7 million kilowatts. And then there's the water consumption as well. So this is a high-level consumption profile of the high-rise hotel. So as you can see, the space heating and ventilation made up quite a big portion of their gas consumption, as well as their domestic hot waters. So they had a really big laundry operation, as well as double kitchen. So there's a lot of consumption on the domestic hot water side. And then as you can see that steam boiler, laundry dryers, and kitchen appliances made the remaining of that gas consumption. So as you can see on the right photo there, so that's one of the atmospheric boilers that was used for their heating system. So again, that was built in 1983, and then you can compare that to the photo on the left. So those are the brand new condensing boilers, and you can see how much just how much space and the footprint. So how small the footprint is when you're comparing the new boilers to the old. So to highlight some of the measures. So the customer replaced 3 of these huge, there were 4 million BTU heating boilers, so they replaced 3 out of 7. And no, sorry, 3 out of 5 heating boilers, and then 2 out of 4 domestic hot water boilers as well. So in total, they implemented 5 boilers, as well as they added VFDs and a schedule on their mammoth 40,000 CFM fresh air makeup air unit and exhaust fans as well. So here's just a photo of the VFD system. So by implementing those measures, these are some of the analysis on the project cost, as well as the payback period and cumulative cash flow. So as you can see, the project cost was quite a bit, close to $500,000 there. The incentive that we were able to give in that year, so they reached that $100,000 milestone. By implementing those measures, they achieved an annual gas savings of close to 360,000 meters cubed a year. That's over 25% in gas savings. Huge. And you can see what that resulted to in terms of operational savings. So if you're looking at, if the customer is looking at this year's gas consumption expenses, they're likely going to see about $107,000 in savings per year. Again, huge. So on the right side, you'll see the cumulative cash flow analysis. So they will be able to recoup that capital cost in year 4. And then just look at what happens after year 4. They're essentially they're profiting off this, off these measures that they implemented. And as you can see, I've only listed the payback period to 10 years. These boilers that were installed, they have a life expectancy of anywhere between 20 years to 25 years. So that table should actually go further down and would have a higher cash flow positive number. Again, the simple payback there, and that is after deducting the $100,000 incentive, is 3.3 years with an internal rate of return of 18%. Nowadays, it's really hard. You ask anyone, what investment will give you over 10% in return? That is very difficult to achieve. The fact that they're doing this on their operation side is huge. And again, a big part of why this was also implemented was that the CO2 reduction. So based on what is saved on an annual basis, that results into 590 tons of CO2 reduction. Again, huge. So right now I have a little bit of a surprise for you guys. So I'm actually going to bring somebody forward from Oxford Properties, Philip. So Philip is from Oxford Properties, and he, as well as the Director of Facilities, they were really active in this project and really wanted to take advantage of our program. And today I'm going to be presenting on behalf of Enbridge and Intercontinental Hotel. I'm going to be presenting him with the $100,000 check. Here you go. Congratulations, Philip.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So again, I was very excited to participate in that project. Last but not least, I just wanted to speak to you guys about is our new energy assessment platform. So really anyone, whether you're a building operator or a property manager, you can, we launched a new platform on our website where essentially you can answer some simple questions, right, regarding your facility and what kind of equipment you have in the facility, and it will generate a energy saving improvement plan, and also on a high level will give you some numbers for incentives that that you will be able to essentially see without having to try to contact us. So it's just kind of a preliminary platform that you can assess whether or not you would be eligible for some of our incentives. So as I highlighted, in order to apply for our incentive programs, really it's super simple. So on the fixed side, you would essentially download a copy of the fixed incentive application form. Usually, I will do that for you, and oftentimes I will also complete the information, with the account number and such. And really, all the customer has to do is sign it and return it back to me, submit the form, and then I would take it from there. So it's very easy, 3-step process. The custom program works very similar, and oftentimes you would just have to get a hold of me, or I come and find you, and I would do a site audit in order to gather all the information and understand what equipment you are running, and then I would do the calculations for gas savings, and then let you know really the maximum incentive that you would be able to achieve. And then after the equipment is installed and proof is provided, then I would submit the application for you, and then the check would essentially be processed within 4 to 8 weeks time. So again, some things to take away with you here. Again, any customer who participates in our custom incentive program has a chance to receive up to $100,000. Simple application process with fast turnaround time, and as you can see, there are some deadlines there that you want to be mindful of. So November 24th is the deadline for equipment installation, and then any incentive applications or further paperwork, you would have to send them before November 30th. So here's my contact information. Please jot it down, and feel free to reach out to me via email or LinkedIn. And also there's the website for our savings programs, our incentive programs, and you would also be able to find the My Energy Expert platform there as well. Thanks very much for letting me speak today. I really appreciate your attention, and enjoy the rest of the PM Springfest. Thanks.